also before this, I was looking at Wagmi-san's Twitter, and again, my aforementioned 4-year-old son, who's very excited about the construction workers at the super secret command center building things back, asked for his favorite video, which he calls the Boss Toad video, where Boss Toad is smoking. I explained to him that smoking is bad for you, and then we continued to watch the video. But I just before the spaces rewatched the summoning of the kaiju. And as my son said, are those bad guys helping Boss Toad make the kaiju? And I said, that's a good way of describing it. Seems to be what they're doing. I'm really wondering if this summoning is going to be kind of similar. Like, for all we know, it could even be a kaiju, right? We could introduce kaiju to the greater Yuga world. If I'm Weenu and I made just absolutely sick Pixar level videos of this character that they introduced, like this kaiju is a beast. It's super cool looking. It's super fascinating. It's like, Hollywood blockbuster level animation and design. Maybe you don't get rid of the kaiju quite yet. Maybe when we go back to last summer, as it appears as we are definitely doing with season 2, going back in time, we get more kaiju. Before we talk about the key, maybe Atare, do you think we see the kaiju in Yuga world outside of 10KTF?
Yeah, like I'm gonna beat this drum until it happens, but nothing ever good comes out of a green summoning circle with a high dog with candles all around him and symbols floating. Nothing good comes out of it. It's exactly the same one or very similar to the Toads when Boss Toad summoned it. Boss Toad is also looking for the ultimate power, so the wording is the same. Gary talks about the ultimate power. I also want to Knop tweeted something 20 minutes ago, but I want to just call back to that. They said that New Tokyo Electric is powering a brighter future also. So this whole the future thing is kind of all lining up with the when it comes to the mech and power source and all of that. So I just thought that was a really good comment that they made that ties in New Tokyo Electric Company. It's relevant because New Tokyo Electric Company has that obelisk piece on top as well. So we know for a fact
Yes.
this is deeply involved with other side in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they're the big antagonist. I don't know, but yeah, that's a separate topic.
And just the way the art looks too, with just the gold in the middle of the mech, seems like a power source, right? Like,
Yeah,
whatever movies, whatever, like if there was a power source of that mech, it's glowing in gold in the middle of that. Maybe that will be replaced by our PFP, if it's similar. It
well,
is really fun. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say I think that the what's in the center, if you look at MDVMM, the second card where we go through the box with Gary on top, it talks about the power source, and at the last image is the power source in the middle of the mech of the chest. And so we're gonna go through this Dookie Dash. We're going to, depending on our score, get a power source, which is gonna be able to power a specific level of a mech. That's what I imagine. And with that, we're gonna be able to how do I say this? Like that's gonna I think lead into whatever mech that we get, I think. And then Gary's gonna I think, and this is all just what I think, but Gary is going to summon something with the key that the person's going to use, and it's going to be like a kaiju or something like that. And Wagmi-san's going to be like, I've seen that before. No neck mechs, not the best solution. And there's going to be this giant battle in the second trip. That's how I see the story playing out. I have no insider information, but if I just look at all the pieces on the chessboard, that's how I would play it.
It's really interesting hearing you speculate on all that. Don't you feel like we have a leg up? Yugo's not ready for us. We got a leg up on the speculation. And shout out to all of the speculators in the community here. But like, these are things that we've been thinking about for many of us for over a year now. And seeing some of the moves made, I'm not saying they're like predictable. They're not. I mean, definitely like there's been no predictability. From Weenu, like they will always surprise you, give you something cool. Maybe it's something similar to you speculated, but they're so creative. But we're kind of getting to see the greater Yuga community see something like that, triple mech image that we got this week, and see them start speculating on it. But it's so fun because we're like, hey, that writing looks familiar. That parchment paper, Wagmi-san picked some of that, a big whole ream of that up from Staples back early in season 1, and seems like they got a couple sheets left for the Yuga merge here. It's really fun, like, you know, getting to extend that into the greater Yuga world.
I just wanted to jump in. Oh, sorry.
We have some breaking news. Breaking news.
Sorry.
No, not your fault. Maybe I just got the thing. There was an echo on the YouTube live stream that has now been fixed, and so if you are listening there and you prefer that, go ahead, check it out. That's all for the breaking news.
Sorry, top level producer here on New Tokyo News. We appreciate it. But we got some more breaking news. We got Alcy and Keegan coming up to the stage. Let's start with Alcy. Yeah, go ahead, maybe. Sorry.
I was jumping in before the thing.
Yeah, yes, please. Sorry.
I just wanted to talk before we.
DJ Atari.
Hold on. Look, Alf said breaking news. That's the cue, and I play the sound.
Oh, sorry.
What are you?
Sorry. Maybe he's gonna drop. I'm not gonna say those words. I'm gonna try very carefully not to say breaking news anymore. And all right, maybe with the BN right now. Sorry, maybe.
Like, we
Go
have
ahead.
to be careful what we say. That's,
Okay.
that's what I just understood. Okay. No, nothing. It's just that just wanted to say something about our last conversation regarding New Tokyo Electric Company, the obelisk, before we make our friends speak. Because in the last episode of the Damn Show, Atare asked me something like, so what do you think about this connection? Why is the New Tokyo Electric Company evil? Why you think it could, what's their plan behind? And right now, just thinking, I just got something in my head, so I wanted to say it. And this is not on the Damn Show because at that time I didn't think about it, but like we know that the obelisk, it's like of we have the Voyager journey, right? And at the end of the Voyager journey, we get to a point that we discover something very important. Like we have to go through all of these different steps to get to the end, to get to the point where we I believe we will discover something incredible about the other side, and we will probably also achieve like freedom. What if the New Tokyo Electric Company owns or stole a piece of the obelisk, and we cannot complete the obelisk until we get it from them? And that's why we will have to, you know, fight them and try to get this piece from this evil company. I don't know, it just came to my head, so
Oh shit!
I like it.
throw it
Another
out
one.
there.
Like it.
Another one.
Come on, maybe you're in the flow.
Another one.
Figgy holding that piece of the obelisk back for the benefit of 10KTF. You never know. No, I like it.
That's
I don't know.
genius. Because
Yeah, I like that.
why would it not be? Okay, let's riff off that. Okay, so here I'm gonna cue some music up because I'm about to go into the zone, baby. Ready? Okay, so imagine that the obelisk that New Tokyo News has on their logo, that's the one that they're keeping, and it crash landed. And because it crash landed, they realized that it's an energy source and they can harness power from that. And so we're not going to be able to complete it because of the oh shit, the music, it's too intense. Because we need more obelisk pieces, or we're gonna have to fight them. I don't know. That's what I got.
Well, that music started stressing me out. I felt like I was 13 and had one life left. Wow, love it. All right, let's without further ado, let's start with Alcy coming up to the stage here. Welcome. Thanks for coming up, my friend.
What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a great day so far. One thing that Atari said that made me hop up was kind of around this idea of thinking about the mech with 10KTF and then what's happening here. I think one of the things that we've seen in the way that other side's been messaged is that it's a really iterative process, right? And there's different stages, there's different trips along the way. And I come from like a product and UX space and design space, and so iterative design is something that's really strong because you can collect feedback and use it along the way to help you improve what you're creating. And so to me, that's one of the things that stands out about these different EVOs, these different stages. I think Bored Ape Yacht Club tweeted that at one point, like whatever you reveal, keep it close to you or something like that. They're going to be evolving across 2023 or something along those lines. And so these different EVOs, these different stages might be an opportunity for us to kind of think of them as different steps along the way, where there might be feedback that's collected and used to iterate on the mechs along the way. And maybe it results in creating a stronger mech with Wagmi-san. This part's a little bit tinfoily, but like a stronger mech that maybe can defeat the ultimate power or can fight kaiju.
One that doesn't get immediately destroyed by the kaiju on the first hit and devoured. That would be nice, right? Man, so you're saying, like, do you think that would come into play, like you upgrade your mech to the next level, you start with the little one, you get to the bigger one, something like that?
Yeah, I think it could be something like that. We know that we're getting a power source, right? That's what we're getting from the start. And then there's going to be other stages, other mini games along the way. So maybe we will be kind of building out what we think might be the most successful or might be the best fit for us, something strong enough to maybe win a fight instead of having its neck broken.
I love that speculation. Man, it's just so cool to see like these things that were, developed and we knew in 10KTF so long ago, like all, kind of coming to fruition now officially underneath Yuga. I'm old enough to remember when you get laughed out of the Bored Ape Discord for mentioning any connection between 10KTF and Yuga. And now we're literally like, the storylines are truly merging. Shout out Figgy and the We Knew team for making it happen.
And actually, Alf, on that note, not only are we like a part of it, we're seeing the playbook in front of us in a bigger scale because it was, in a sense, tested with 10KTF in a smaller community. So I think that's also really fascinating. Just
we are the guinea pigs. Is that what you're saying?
100%. We are the guinea.
Definitely feels like it at times.
We're guinea pigs and we're proud.
we volunteered to be test subjects in the electric Kool-Aid acid test that is 10KTF. But yeah, I mean, think about, not to go into like the behind the scenes or business side of it too much. Like if you're, and we know probably the 10KTF Yuga merger was in the works for a long time here. But can you imagine the pitch that they were able to give to Yuga if they ever even had to, about community engagement and ideas and all of these things? And they just so perfectly translate into, what Yuga's trying to do and how big they're trying to make things, bringing all these creative ideas. I don't know. It makes me so, and I said this, I remember we had a big spaces the morning that the 10KTF Yuga merger was announced. And I honestly, and it will still say, it makes me very bullish on Yuga. I want to get a mutant somehow more than ever, knowing the talent that Yuga now has. Not that they didn't have a ton of ridiculous talent already, but the talent they had that we know they have now after spending a year plus with this team and seeing the insane experiences we've had, whether it's in real life events or Web3, happenings. Very bullish on Yuga. Go ahead.
I was gonna really quickly say, speaking of IRL events, tomorrow, just to tease a little bit, tomorrow in the Damn episode, we talk a lot about what we think the IRL event could be and some of the questions that we've heard so far. So I think there's going to be a lot of interesting nuggets there. And then again, we think this Thursday is going to be we're going to learn a lot about what's happening in terms of the date and time and all of that stuff. So check that out. And I have to plug this, guys. We are 5 subscribers away from 700 on the Damn Show. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing on YouTube.
Are you talking YouTube?
Yes.
On YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. We're only 5 away. You could be the 700th subscriber. We're 4 away. I'm looking at it live. Amazing. Thank you, guys.
That was just me.
Yes, Al. How could you not have been subscribed? How could you?
I'm subscribed from my Docs account, which I, mostly have used for YouTube, although most of it is my YouTube account is playing ridiculously annoying children's videos. But I'm subscribed, and I recently made an account for Alpha so that I could degen in peace. So yeah, Alpha, your newest subscriber on the damn show. You're only 4 away now.
Amazing. And Keegan's been up here a while. Keegan, what's going on?
Keegan,
What's going on?
What's up, my friend? Thanks for coming up. How you doing?
GM, thanks for having me up, guys. Couple shout outs. Shout out to Maggie for making these derivatives of Community is King backgrounds that a few of us here in the audience have.
Yeah, rocking that. I need to change mine. Super cool from Maggie. I should pin that. Thanks for bringing it up, Keegan. I'm rocking my Gucci one, which I don't know. It's really hard for me to change, but now she's got that with the Community background. Looks very cool. I like yours, Keegan. Looks really good. Thanks for bringing that up.
Too. Yeah, I mean the visor, like your look on the Cool Cat, it kind of it's a good look for you.
It looks better than my regular Cool Cat with Maggie's touches on it, so I'm going to keep it as long as possible.
Same. And then shout out to the Damn Show for their New Tokyo Electric sponsorship type of thing, I guess. So hopefully that doesn't cause any conflict of interest here. If these are good, bad, evil, I mean, I guess we'll find out. I personally think that they're trying to put us in that situation where we don't know, so that it's like both ways. So you're always kind of like wondering. But in the end, I feel like they are going to be just a bigger player in the storyline, but not like a bad guy. But I think they want you to think that right now. But I could be wrong. Anyway, those are 2 cents. But I was actually going to kind of touch on what Tari and Elsie was saying about the mech situation. Because yeah, we saw this stuff way before, but I was thinking a little bit more about it. That was a while ago, and so I was thinking again, like, well, if Wagmi-san had that mech from before, if it's older, then maybe maybe he used it in the past. So maybe we're gonna see some type of like storyline where it goes back to when that original mech was used. Because I don't think he built that from the ground up. Is our understanding, right? I don't think that was ever implied. So because it's older, because it's rusted, I wonder if it was like top notch back in the day when it was first built and first used. And so maybe they're going to try and like plug that into the storyline.
Wow.
As we do these time travel type of situations.
Had not
Just
thought
my
of
2
that.
cents.
I
Wow.
like it. I like
Another
it.
one. Another one.
Damn, Keegan, you get another one.
Thank you. And as far as the event goes, I mean, because you guys touched on a few different things here. Like, I don't know how many people were at the Puma event that they had, but that was kind of a medium-sized kind of like space. Because I don't know if it was you, Atari, the other day. You said something about, you mentioned the LA event versus the New York event and the size. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be like a smaller situation. So if it's anything like how the Puma event was, it was more of a medium scale. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of really implement like a theme there. Like, it's not just going to be like what Brandon was wondering too. Like, oh, we're just picking our stuff up. No, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Midoriland DJ there and that's all set up and like sponsored by New Tokyo Electric, bringing back these 80s vibes and like some retro jackets and stuff, So we'll see.
Oh, dude, I love that you brought up Midoriland. I didn't even think of that, but there's absolutely going to be a DJ there now that I think about it, and it's going to be Midoriland.
The FOMO, it's too much. Stop.
I got you on the FOMO.
Keegan, yeah, you brought up a lot of good points. Sorry, Alpha, I was going to quickly say, I think that I would even take it a step further. I don't know what the Puma event looked like, but the fact that it was a Puma X 10 KTF event versus a 10 KTF event, would imagine that Puma had a hand in putting that up. And this seems like a 10 KTF only event. And so I think there's going to be a similar theme. We think that it's going to be like a New Tokyo Electric company, like a power plant or something like that. That's going to be the location, or possibly like a corporate office. But I see that as less so, because it's cooler to be in like a power plant that they're going to kind of create with the production abilities that they have. Alf, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Keegan, you're in Cali, right? So you're definitely gonna be able to go to the event.
There's like a strong probability. I know like ETH Denver is in February as well, but I'm thinking
They probably don't do the same weekend, yeah.
Yeah, but even so, like if it's a one night or one day thing, like things would probably be adjusted for that. But I also think it's going to be after the Sewer Pass games end. I don't know if they're going to be connected, but I doubt it. But I definitely think it'll be fun, and we'll definitely make the appearance. And I think it'll be really cool for everybody to get together. Are you guys all planning to make it out?
I know the damn show is. I probably won't be able to make it out to the left coast on this short notice. Not likely. You know, there's always a chance though. I've made it happen before, but I mean, I know we got, you know, a strong California contingent, especially LA. You know, I see Brent Swan in the audience here. So you know, you guys will have a nice little crew there. Very jealous.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, quick question. So did you guys ever talk about or put a theory out there about, you know, that in the video for the other side, when the latest one, when they're walking, the three of them, and they go into the cave and then that blue thing is there? Do you guys think that's related to the new Tokyo Electric? Like that maybe is a power source that they'll have? Because I was thinking, I remember I watched a show, what is it called? Lost in Space, and they have like this like alien technology where they have this like egg thing that powers like all this energy stuff. And so I was just like, okay, I wonder if that's like a power source and maybe that's like part of it, or if it's just going to be something different. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. You actually reminded me what I was going to riff off of what you said earlier, where you said that the mech is old and rusted, so he obviously made it. So what if Wagmi-san in the other side in the past, aka last summer, aka what's going to come up soon in a few weeks, hopefully, what if for him to escape the other side, he makes that mech in the other side, and the power source, maybe that's what he's hunting for right now by looking for that obelisk? Because it's magical, we know that. And if all of that crash landed through a portal, and we see that New Tokyo Electric Company has one of the pieces in their logo, then you can think about it like, well, where are they getting the power from? We don't really know how they generate their power. So yeah, it's you brought up some really, really interesting points that ties even like the fact that the mech, it existed and Wagmi-san needed to like fix it up. It's like, well, why did it exist? Why did he make it? We don't really know the threat.
Yeah, these are good questions. These are the whys, and so that's why I'm like wondering, like maybe that is what he's towing. And I didn't come up with those theories. I don't know who it was. It might have been A-Bomb and Dilly about like maybe he's towing that out of the cave with that little ATV thing because he needs that to power. You know, like in Back to the Future, they need a power source when they go back in time, like with the lightning strikes and stuff like that. So maybe this is that power source in order to open the portal or something. I don't know. I'm just speculating here.
Yeah. Speaking of the New Tokyo Electric Company, and 1 second.
So maybe this is that power source in order to open the portal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just speculating here.
Yeah. Speaking of the New Tokyo Electric Company, and there's an echo going on. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Please, Alf, take the stage. I'm just messing up with the technical.
No worries. No worries. I just got to hear Keegan say it twice. No worries. Yeah, exactly. You gave Keegan another one, just like you promised.
Another one.
Drop. There we go.
Another one.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, anytime there's an in real life event announced with 10KTF, it's super exciting / FOMO inducing because, again, yeah, like Keegan was saying, you know, I'm not. You can't expect NFT NYC or anything. It's a Kagami redemption event. But I guarantee you it's going to be fun and it's going to be very cool however they decide to do it, right? Like there's and we got the damn show going down there too. So
that's actually what I was trying to say.
Time.
That if you can't make it, then thankfully New Tokyo Electric Company believes in the community and they're proud to sponsor community platforms like The Damn Show. We will be hosting a live stream live from the New Tokyo Electric Company event in Los Angeles. Please join us at The Damn Show. Thank you.
There you go. Live stream confirmed.
I made that up, by the way. I don't know that for a fact.
But you don't speak officially for Winu and the New Tokyo Electric Company. All right.
I'm speculating here, guys. Come on. I'm allowed to speculate too.
Sure are. Keegan, I saw you had your hand up. Did you want to say something there?
So I'm guessing this is not a purple carpet event. So are we gonna have a blue carpet event or a red carpet? What are we talking here?
Gucci carpet? What are we talking, Atari?
Yeah.
Ooh, what if? Oh, I got it. The Gucci cloths. We're all gonna have to burn them next week, and if we burn enough, they're gonna make a carpet out of Gucci cloth. That's actually why they sent us that 6 months ago. There you go, guys. You heard it here first.
Gucci carpet event.
So you're saying I'll burn all 4 of my Gucci cloths, and you'll send me a picture of a rug?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Exactly.
Oh man, very exciting. All right. Well, we're getting to that point where we'll start to wrap up soon. So I can watch the second half of the Buffalo Bills snow game here. That's happening. But also, if anyone else wants to speak, request now or forever hold your peace. Actually, not forever hold your peace. Just wait until like tomorrow or the next day when we have another 10KTF spaces, which is amazing. As I always say, that we got this going 5 days a week now. Hang on, we got PGM coming up to the stage here. Give him a second to connect here, and Elsie, go ahead while we bring up PGM.
I guess one question.
GM,
GM, I think one question I have, I guess, is with all this talk about the past and the future and what looks like time travel in Bored Ape Yacht Club, do we think there's anything related to that going on in 10KTF at all?
Atari, your comments.
The question
Putting you on the
was
spot.
with everything in the past and the present. Sorry, could you ask that again? I blanked out.
Yeah, with all this talk of like past, present, future, and what looks like time travel with the medieval ape or monkey of some sort popping up in the Bored Ape Yacht Club stuff, do you think there's anything that's going on with that in 10KTF? Do you think there's anything that's maybe like time travel related or anything associated with that might carry over that theme into some of the stuff going on here?
Like something we haven't realized yet. Like we know Wagmi-san's going back to last summer, but you think even farther, like a different era, or in the time of Knights and Dragons, or if Wagmi-san can travel time, man, the options that it opens up for 10KTF are super exciting. I mean, I'll let Atari talk too, but I completely think that time travel can come into play. We already know we're going back to last summer for season 2 for what could be sort of a prequel, for 10KTF leading into the other side here, leading into New Tokyo. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of you probably listened to that the podcast this last week from Yuga, where Beeple was talking. And by the way, Beeple mentioned in 10KTF, bringing in 10KTF lore about Wagmi-san, letting people get into the other side, et cetera, which was all super exciting. But one thing that people said that really intrigued me was him basically talking about, I don't know if he was kind of referring to brainstorming or whatever, but he was just like, talking about things that haven't been done yet. Like, whoa, like we could do this. Nobody's tried this yet. Nobody's tried that. And that's really exciting to me because I know there's so many ideas that a team like this has that, we haven't seen yet in Web3 space that I think are going to be very exciting when we do see them. Keegan, go ahead if you want on that topic, and then we'll get to our friend PGM here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually listened to that podcast in that episode, and for anybody that hasn't, the fucking metaverse with Beeple was
Whoa,
really good.
Language, Keegan, Jesus!
Excuse me, I mean,
it's a
This is
family
a news show.
Come
sorry,
on.
the effing metaverse. My classic language. Yeah, really good info and insight for anybody who hasn't checked it out. Just to kind of get Beeple's perspective and where we could hypothesize based on that. And I don't know, we don't always get that type of insight. So I feel like to hear it like straight from him, might be valuable. And the fact that they were talking about the characters and talking about other side, that kind of tells you where they're leaning towards, not necessarily saying, yeah, this is going to happen, but it's like, at least we know what direction it's kind of leaning towards. And I think to have that said is pretty special.
So, Elsie, to go on your point on time travel, I think that personally, I haven't seen enough evidence to suggest that's happened in 10KTF. Like, I'm sure there's some theories out there that Wagmi-san is a time traveler. I think I've heard that at some point somewhere on the Discord. And that could be true. That could not be true. But I think that with Yuga introducing it, it's obviously now within the lore in the universe. I also think that if we take a step back, if we wanted to do like a time travel story 10, 15 years ago, I don't think the public was necessarily ready for it, in the sense that there wasn't enough examples or like stories in the mainstream that talked about it. I know there's some old examples of like Back to the Future, and I think possibly Lost has some time travel stuff, but it wasn't as mainstream as like what Marvel's now doing. Like the fact that they feel comfortable enough to introduce a multiverse, and that involves going into the past. We all saw Endgame, and so it's kind of a concept that most people have seen those movies, and a lot of cultures are being influenced by that, and so it's not a concept that's too much of a stretch anymore to explain. And so I even think about it from that perspective, that if they do end up going down that route, and it looks like they already have, at least Bored Ape, then I see that as being plausible, and I see that we'll learn maybe it's like when Moon is from the past, or like there's so many things that could or like Reese, like where did she come from? She came out of nowhere, and so there's so many things I think that would open up, and it would be a cool thing that people wouldn't be like, that's dumb, that's a Deus Ex Machina situation. It would be more like, no, that's believable, it makes sense.
Man, you're so right. The options available right now are very exciting. Without further ado, PGM, thanks for coming up. How you doing today?
GM.
GM.
Fine. Well, things have been slow on the Discord over the weekend, so I was a bit thirsty for communication and speculation and chatting up with you guys, even though you're wrapping up the show. Once again, I feel that we have so many things to discuss and loose ends and speculation about the intersection of 10KTF and Yuga. Yes, we have mechs, the no-neck mech and the new evolutions of mechs that supposedly people are going to get after the Dookie Dash. Are they connected? I mean, I heard the speculation earlier by Keegan. The design of the mechs do not really resemble each other. I mean, yes, they're both mechs, but they seem, at least not even different generations, probably coming from different worlds, if I may say that. We have power sources, we have speculation about the Yuga mechs. Are we getting a head? Evo 1 is just a head, which then, based on the next mini games, it's going to evolve all the way up to Evo 3. Does everyone get a dog mech, or just the tier 2 and tier 4 pass holders? I mean, this is something I've speculated on. If there's a differentiation on the passes based on whether you had the dog or not, and we know that there's going to be a mecha dog based on the drawing of Gary, I would guess that only the owner of dogs get that. So too many loose ends right now, and I am trying to organize my thoughts a bit in order also to be better prepared for the future, for the joint future of 10KTF and Yuga. Unfortunately, I'm missing the event in LA since, many of you know that I'm based in Greece. So I'm relying on Atari and maybe Neta for a nice live stream, and hopefully an interactive one if possible. And that's all for now. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming up. When are we going to have a Santorini 10KTF event? Let's go. I'll fly out for that.
Santorini, Mykonos, Athens, the options are endless. But
yes,
I mentioned the other day, if there are any EU-based Grailed, in touch and organize something on this side of the pond, right?
Yeah, I feel like London gets
some
shine. Yeah, there's Londoners, there's Parisians. We need the Greek 10KTF community here.
Yeah, especially during the summer months, right? You don't go to London in June or July. You come to Greece.
Love it. I love it. And I like what you're saying too about the image there. You're right. Like with the dogs, or there's a Bored Ape Kennel Club in, like, you see his little smiling face of the dog inside that one mech there, right? Right. Which to your point of requiring one, I wish I had one, but maybe that's a type of mech only a dog can drive, which are the sentences I find myself saying that sound insane in this type of world.
Yeah, and this is the reason I'm saying that that specific mech probably the holders of tier 2 and tier 4 passes will get and to build on that, if you check the drawing, all the mechs have some kind of cute animal sitting on their shoulders, and the original mech, the Evo 1, is a small head of a mech sitting on the shoulder of an ape. So probably a cute little animal which evolves and later on sits outside the mech, starts in the head of the mech. And based on your on the mini games that you're going to participate in and the extra traits that you're going to unlock based on those games, you go from Evo 1 after the summoning. If everyone gets an Evo 1 mech, because some people may only get power sources based on their performance in the Dookie Dash. Those who get Evo 1 mechs will be able to evolve them further based on the mini games. That's my speculation.
Love it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me for sure.
Maybe you know, a 10K or a 5K collection based on the performance, and the rest are getting components of the mech that they will be able then to trade in the secondary market to have some profit.
The components
But
part
the
is really interesting, right? So you're saying it almost be like crafting, right? Where you take a thread and a cloth and make a hat or whatever, but maybe we would have a mech could, if you got enough of them, you can make a whole mech.
Cyber Brokers has a similar mechanic after their quest. So by participating in the Cyber Broker quests, you get mech components, some reactors, some arms, and so on and so forth. And there are, for the easiest quest, and if you don't have enough points, you get a simpler arm, for example. But if you get better results, or if you have a better or a more rare Cyber Broker, you get a more rare arm, which of course on secondary is quite more expensive than the plain one.
Keegan, you want to say something on that before we get to Swilson over here?
Yeah, kind of just wondering, and I'm not a holder, so I don't know, but like with these sewer passes, then is the theory, or is it just like supposed to be a 1-to-1 kind of mint? Like, okay, you're gonna mint one mech. Is that what the thoughts are right now?
There's nothing solid, Keegan. It's my personal speculation, but everyone will get, or not everyone, the leaders or the best players, be it 5,000, 10,000, 1,000, I don't know, will get one of those cute animals sitting on the shoulders of the mech, which will be able to be evolved from just an animal with the head of a mech all the way to the large mech and the dog mech.
So then are the thoughts that like, okay, these mechs are just going to be PFPs, or are these like mechs going to be used for some other game down the line with actual utility and gameplay? Because I'm just like thinking, like processing. Well, if they have X amount of thousands of mechs, so you think your thoughts are that, yeah, they're going to be utilized for other gameplay down the line, whether that's in other side for the next trip or some other variation of a game.
And allow me to justify why I believe they're also PFPs. If they were just mechs, they would be something like the frames of the Oni. So you have an Oni and you have a frame, so extra power. It's not usable yet, but you cannot sell it, you cannot trade it, but you have it. If it's a mech, still you would be able to sell it and trade it like Mechaverse, for example, again as an NFT. But because we see a cute animal sitting on every mech, that convinces me that this is the main character that people are going to win, and the mech is going to be the extra utility brought by that new character. So after Bored Ape, after Macy, after the Doggos, after Kodas, we're going to have another animal and a new character in the Yuga universe. That's what I believe.
I see. Yeah, because okay, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, we don't really know, but I know we were all hoping for mechs way back when. I thought we were each getting a mech back in the day, but I'm just wondering how this is going to play out now that it seems more of like a plausible thing to actually like come to fruition.
Look, we do not know, and we love to speculate. And this is why, since yesterday, I realized that 10KTF, it's not 10,000 new friends or fans, it's 10K tinfoil hats. So I'll probably going to use that that term, but based on the information we have and the teasing that we have based on that point, I expect new characters and mechs with some kind of utility, certainly on the other side.
Yeah, I'm not sure. These are all good questions, good wonderings. I guess I'll turn it over to Atari. I know there's a question that Jesse said in the group. Just to ask it real quick, he said, if anybody's in spaces can ask a question, stuck in a flight, how do you think AP plays into mechs? They announced them before you go with the audio wave stuff. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if you guys can kind of handle that.
Did you say AP? Oh, as in ape coin?
I guess it just says AP. So yeah, maybe ape. I don't know.
Ape or AP applied primary engineering.
Oh, maybe that's
I'm
what he
trying
means.
to see
Sorry, I
the
didn't see the
question
message.
on the Discord.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me. Like, I don't quite like the Hounds and the applied ape engineering. Like, they all seem to be like level 2 associated with the Yuga world, but like, sort of like 10KTF back in the day before they got acquired. It's so hard to tell like exactly what official affiliation they have, right?
I believe that they let, or at least they imply a stronger connection, or they try to create the impression of a stronger connection than there actually is, or they're allowed to confirm. Both projects are quite polished. I haven't been following the Mutant Hounds. My ADHD got the best of me, and I wasn't able to mint at the last stage of the allow list while having some other beats. I was waiting for public, and then I stopped following the project. But Ape, Applied Primate Engineering, yeah, I quite like it because of the actual quests that you go through. Maybe they have overdone it a bit lately. Maybe too many quests.
I'm so bad at those quests, by the way. I tried. I'm so bad at them. I'm so glad there's smarter people figuring out puzzles in this world than me. Let's get.
They're enjoyable and
They're cool. Yeah, no, they're definitely fun, especially people who are, like I said, better at puzzles than I am. All right, let's get to Atari's got his hand up, and then Swilson. Oh, did we lose Swilson? Oh, we lost Swilson.
We lost Wilson.
We just left her waiting.
Disappointed.
We left her waiting so long with our speculation. Swilson, come back. Atari, your hand up for a while there. Go ahead.
Swilson, come back. Where'd you go? Okay, it's fine. We will recover from this. Somebody ping her in the Discord and tell her to get back here. Yeah, so to me, the sewer passes, I think, leads in like through the summoning, we're gonna get power sources. And to me, I think the power source is gonna be like the main thing. And then that's gonna like power mechs. I don't know how we get mech equipment or whatever, but I think that we're getting power sources, and that's gonna be kind of like a big like the big thing that we get out of, and your score depends. It's a skill-based mint, so the bigger your power source, the better your score, that type of situation. That's kind of just what I see from when I look at the tea leaves.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, unless Swilson is running back to the stage here. Swilson, don't be mad at us. We were trying. We were getting there. We had some good speculation to talk about. Come back soon.
I just pinged her on Discord, so let's see if she pops back in.
She's probably like running in between something, had 2 minutes to join, and then we rugged her. But we got Trip D joining here before we close out. Let's say what up to Trip D as well here. What's up, Trip?
How's it going?
Great.
Sweet. Hope everybody's well. Enjoying the show. Just wanted to throw my 2 cents in on the sewer passes. The first thing to say is I think people are undervaluing the fragment side of things. I think collecting your fragments as you're playing is critical. And the fragments are going to go through a crafting process. And that could be the parts for your energy source. I also think that on the 9th, when the score and it's the score and the fragments that are going to be linked to your sewer pass. And if you think about what you guys were talking about earlier, is how we are the testers of different mechanisms. Right now it's navigation. But one of the other areas that they're going to need to test is the trading, crafting and trading of traits, not assets, but traits, which are traits are assets, right? So what I mean by this is that when the 9th of February comes around, your score and your fragment count is going to be linked to your pass. And then at that point, we're going to be able to trade fragments for the ones that we don't have in order to complete our pass setup. So obviously, this is just speculation, but at some point, fragments will become tradable. Whether it's as part of the NFT via OpenSea or this 10 KTF stockroom or something like that, or at some point on the other side. So when you're playing that game, collect the fragments.
So you think that, yeah, I like this tip here. So do you think they would they break off as their own separate NFT, like, Codas are supposed to do? What would your guess be?
They would break off. So initially you would have so all tier ones currently are all the same, right? They all got equal footing. But on the 9th, they will all be various in price, because if I'm buying a tier 1, I'm going to want to buy a tier 1 with the highest score and the most fragments. And I want to make sure that within the fragments category, it's got the most legendary, the most epic. I mean, there's a reason why they've got fragments, and the word fragment is defined as parts. So it's parts of something, in the same way that 10 KTF materials are basically parts of something. So the lexicon that I think is going to become prominent on the other side, because I'm new to 10 KTF, but I'm kind of been on the other side since the beginning. So I'm kind I'm an expert on the other side. But
we need you, Trip D. We need you. Yeah. We need the merging of the minds. We got the brains of 10 KTF, and we got people like you who have maybe not so involved in 10 KTF, but have been figuring out the other side and what all these elements and fragments and everything else mean. We're all gonna have to do this together, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's what I'm so excited about, is that all these communities are going to start coming together on the other side. And so the passes will be, we'll have the traits, which will be fragments and score. And then game 2 will be further fragments and score, or something else, something similar. But you'll keep building your pass. And then at the end of the 3rd game, depending on everything that you have, you will be able to mint X, which I think will be, it will be a mech. But if it is a mech, everybody should be asking the question, who do mechs fight? And we know from the 10 KTF story, it's kaijus. But
not very well so far.
Yes, for sure. But at the moment, there's only one kaiju, and there's going to be thousands of mechs. So that leads me to believe that kaijus are coming. But where 10 KTF project is where I think, and yeah, so it could be the G tags, it could be dare I say it, Kagamis. But either way, kaijus are coming in some form or another, and I'm super bullish on this whole story and seeing it play out in New Tokyo and running around on the other side with everybody fighting kaijus and mechs. It's going to be a blast.
Oh my god, you get me so hyped, Trip D. Thanks for coming up, and yeah, we need more of that from you. Like I'm always saying this about like people who are own apes and mutants, like filling me in on stuff because I'm such a 10K TF maxi. But same with the other side. Seeing all this come together is honestly just so fun. PGM, you've had your hand up for a while there. Please go ahead.
I wanted to ask Trip D something about the Dookie Dash. I feel I know the answer, but I want to make sure. We know from Yuga that only your highest scoring run is being saved on your sewer pass, provided it does leave your wallet. Do you know whether the collection of fragments is cumulative, or again, you only save the fragments of that single best run according to score that you had?
I believe it's based on the score that you have, so your highest score. So I've actually, any time that I get close to my highest score and think that I haven't collected enough fragments, I actually die because I don't want to pass my current score with less fragments. For me, fragments are more important.
I agree, and that's why I asked in the first place. I don't have a pass yet, but just getting ready as far as strategy is concerned, since I hope to pick one up soon.
Yeah, I can give you guys a bit of alpha on the gameplay. So when you got boosts, a lot of people tend to kind of just fly through without using the boost function, and you only use the boost function when you're cracking through the wood. I highly recommend you use the boost function when you're passing, the tubes and the fan and stuff just as you pass it, because the faster you go through the course, the further you get down the course before it starts getting faster. So that means you get further down the course and you get more opportunities for fragments. So that's a bit of alpha for everybody to do their best.
Yes.
We
Hear
can
that,
all rise
maybe?
up.
Maybe you're gonna get to 500K, no problem now.
Yeah. I'm just like, as soon as this Twitter space is done, I'm just gonna sit there and play until late evening.
Yes, I love it. Thank you for that, Trip D. Thank you for the alpha here on New Tokyo News. Keegan, I saw you had your hands up.
Yeah, it's kind of quick response, I guess, to Trip D. I don't know if you know. Are any of the resources, or excuse me, the fragments, are they similar to the resources or items on other deeds? Has anybody like cross-referenced to see if there's any similar ones or common ones?
I haven't, but it's a good thought, and I have taken a screenshot of, because you have to take a screenshot. I don't know where to check your fragments linked to your highest score. But so I took a screenshot, so I'll cross-reference it on Other Side Wiki, which is a great resource for everybody to use. But resources is very interesting concept on the other side, because it's part of the economy of the other side. So you can't build on the other side without applying resources to that object or to that template that you've created. So if you build a house, you need to apply X, Y, and Z resource for that house to actually be something you can walk through.
But
But
also, isn't the decoupling, like, and I speak this from not being a holder, but the decoupling part, isn't that when you're going to be able to remove the items from each other deed separately?
Yeah, just the artifacts and the coda will be decoupled. The resources are linked to the deed that you owned.
Got it. Thanks.
From what I've seen, I just wanted to add to Keegan, I don't think it's told us what exactly decouples totally. It is a bit vague, but you should be able to see it on the obelisk for the Other Side Wiki. It should talk about it, at least in what we know so far.
I bet you there's some items that are similar on some of those lands that are in this in the game.
Yeah, it'd definitely be worth taking a look at.
I love
Yeah,
the knowledge share.
The only reason I was raising my hand is the request to have a 10KTF wiki at last to help us gather all the clues, because there are so many clues and so many loose ends that we still haven't figured out, and we tend to forget. We have vending machines, we have trailers, we have other deeds, we have, the constellation from 2 weeks ago. Let's have a wiki, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's so
I'm
true.
not
There's a lot of community stuff similar in sites and articles, but okay, PGM, how often would someone delete someone else's entry and replace it with their own theories on the wiki? Would be my question. The Kagami section might be hotly edited.
we don't need to add speculation on the wiki.
Okay, I got you.
Or we can have an editing committee that the community will vote for, and just 5 guys are going to edit the material. Because I agree with you, the Kagami section will be a battle town.
That's the next Battletown mission, by the way. I like it.
It's us versus them then.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, imagine the wiki would be so in depth. I thought about this, over the time as well. If there was just a wiki like that, I feel like it'd be a nightmare for the team also, because we would remember everything, every little thing someone has ever, a team member has ever said on Discord. We're like, no, sorry, Hideaki. One time you actually said this, and we ran with it for 2 weeks, and now it's in the wiki forever. But there is so much stuff you can keep track of. No, I totally agree.
We'll have to start referencing all those screenshots we get from the Discord. We'll have a Discord screenshot section from everybody, and we'll start compiling that database.
I mean that database, even without any speculation or description of the items, just having all the actual facts and data that we were given in a specific place, easily searchable, because you cannot search for the tweets. It's not easy to search for a tweet from 1 year ago, especially if you haven't been live on that Thursday. And that's why I recommend we set up something.
It's so true.
We don't even have to have the screenshots.
I mean,
we should have the screenshots.
Totally. I mean, that's why I even try to give as best I can a recap of the past week on this Spaces, because it's super hard to follow every Thursday. You don't know your time zone. You got plans that night. You can try to catch up, but it's easy for stuff to slip through the cracks for sure. But man, I'm just thinking about, well, you say facts. The facts would be on there. There's even gray areas with the facts, though, where people would argue about what was confirmed by the team and what was not confirmed by the team. But you're totally right. There is a baseline. You could just have, hey, it takes a thread.
We can have the tweet.
Right, the tweets. Here's what's happened from Boss Toad. Here's what it takes to craft a pair of high tops. But also, I want to shout out the newcomers thread for any newcomers that maybe was so nice in the setting up in the Discord, in the 10KTF Discord, which is a great place for a lot of the stuff we're talking about, a lot of the facts, a lot of the stuff that's been confirmed, and tips on where to start in your 10KTF journey. But yeah, PGM, you're completely onto something. I thought this forever. Just being able to scroll through something like that would be super helpful in many ways. All right, with that, it's time to close out. I'm gonna ask, throw it over to my co-host. Maybe would you please give us a little preview of what we got to look forward to this week in 10KTF? Thanks to many of the community members, some of which are up on stage right now. I want to talk about the other spaces aside from New Tokyo News we got going on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. Please take the stage.
Thank you, Alf. Okay, so this is the full schedule for next week. As you know, on Monday, every damn Monday, we have the damn show. We don't have a really time that it comes out, but the episode is usually coming out after 5 p.m. Eastern time. So every Monday. On Tuesday, we have obviously Keegan with Teaching Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. On Wednesday, it's all about Speculation Alley. We got the episode that usually comes out in the morning, and then in the evening there is a Twitter Space, 5 p.m. PST. On Thursday, it's Thursday. It's a party, most important day of the week for 10KTF. We got the damn show live that usually goes live at 2 p.m. PST or a little later than that. So like around 5 p.m. East or 5:30 sometimes. And then when the damn show live finishes at 7 p.m. East or 4 p.m. PST, we got 10KTFM with A-Bomb and Modest. Oh, sorry, Speculation Alley. I had to say obviously Crypto Dilly and Modest and A-Bomb. And then on Friday we got Rise with Wagmi-san, which is one of the new entries that's been going on for not so long, which is at European friendly time. It's at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. Eastern time with Bobby and Polaris. On Saturday, you go touch grass, and we're gonna see you all next Sunday here on New Tokyo News. Just want to remind everyone that besides this program, we also have newtokyorumors.com and 10KTF.WTF. There are amazing resources for everything 10KTF. And that's all, folks.
Thank you, Maybe. Thank you very much. That was a better recap than I've literally ever given on this Spaces. Let's just appreciate. Oh, here we go.
No, keep going, keep talking. It's going to be in the back. You're good.
It's almost time to pump us out, but I just want to say, I don't know, appreciate that, we have such a great community here. I got a lot of dead communities in my Discord. I got a lot of Discords I'm in, but only one is pumping like 10KTF, whether it's a Discord or Twitter or however we do these things. We just got so many smart people who all happen to be also fans of 10KTF. It makes us all so freaking fun. Appreciate you all. And I just hope you guys all have a great week. We got stuff literally tomorrow. We don't even have to wait. We got damn show tomorrow. We got Teaching Tuesday coming up. Things are coming up quick. It's so fun to be a fan of this. And Atari, when you're ready, let's clap our way out with that extra bass edition of Pump It Up if you still got it.
Always.
DJ Atari.
Bow, 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 bow.